Hi everyone, happy Friday Money Wind Up. So, maternity leave and home loans, what lenders really look at. So, can you still get a home loan if you're on maternity leave? It's a really common question, and the answer is yes, you absolutely can. Being on maternity leave doesn't automatically stop you from getting approved for a home loan, but lenders do assess your situation a little differently, and understanding what they look for can make the process much easier. So, let's break it down. The myth is banks won't lend to you while you're on maternity leave. Biggest misconception out. The reality is that most lenders are happy to lend to borrowers on maternity leave. What they want is confidence that your income will return and you'll comfortably be able to manage the loan. So it's not about the fact you're on leave, it's about your plan. So what do lenders actually want to know? They have slightly different policies, all of them, but most will ask very similar questions like, when are you planning to return to work? Will you return full-time or part-time? What income will you receive once you return? Is your employer expecting you back? How will you cover your expenses until then? They're simply trying to understand your financial picture, not judge your family choices. So, returning to work, documentation is everything. One of the biggest things that helps is having evidence of your return to work arrangements. Might include a letter from your employer confirming your return date, your expected hours, your salary when you return, recent pay slips from maternity leave, evidence of any paid parental leave. So, the more certainty you can provide, the easier it is for a lender to say yes. So if you're receiving parental leave payments, most lenders will include paid parental leave as part of your income while you're receiving it. Government paid parental leave may also be considered. It can strengthen your overall financial position during the leave period. But again, lender policy matters, which is why choosing the right lender is so important. So if you're returning part-time, this is increasingly common, and lenders see it every day. So if your return to work income is going to be lower than it was before having your baby, your borrowing capacity may reduce, but it doesn't necessarily mean you won't qualify. There are often things and ways to make the numbers work, including reducing the loan amount slightly, using a larger deposit, choosing a lender with some more flexible income policies, or applying after you've returned to work if that results in a stronger application. Every family's situation is different. Your partner's income can help. It can, absolutely. If you're applying jointly, lenders assess both incomes together. So a strong income from your partner can often offset the temporary reduction in your own earnings while you're on leave. So savings, existing equity, and good financial management can also strengthen your application. Timing can make a massive difference. Sometimes waiting just a few weeks can significantly improve your borrowing position. Other times, buying before maternity leave begins may make more sense. There isn't one right answer. The best strategy depends on your savings, your income, your return to work plans, the property you're buying, and which lender you're using. A little planning up front can definitely save a lot of frustration later on. So the biggest mistake I see, many people assume they'll be declined, so they don't even ask. Or they go directly to one bank and get told no and think that's the end of the road. The reality, different lenders assess maternity leave very differently. One lender may require extensive documentation, while another may have a more flexible approach. That's why getting advice before you apply can make such a big difference. The bottom line is having a baby shouldn't mean putting your property goals on hold. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading to make room for a growing family, or refinancing your current mortgage, there are often more options available than people realise. The key is understanding which lenders fit your situation and presenting your application the right way from the beginning. Need some guidance? If you're on maternity leave or planning to start a family soon and you're wondering how it might affect you, I'd love to help. Together we can look at your income, your plans, your goals, and then work out the best timing for what you want to do and the best lender for your requirements. Because growing your family and achieving your property dreams can absolutely happen at the same time. Happy Friday Money Wind Up, guys. Have a great weekend.